Hey everybody, how's everybody doing this morning? I say this morning, but it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know how that goes sometimes. Let me see if I can find myself on Reba's page here. Not yet. Don't know why I'm not on there yet. Hold on, let's see if we can get over there real quick. Hey, Patsy. Let me see if I can get myself over. I don't see myself over there on her page. Hey, Susan. Guys, I go 1 o'clock every Monday with one of Reba's papers, which is a little bit different than my page because I cross-post over to her page. It's not showing that I'm on over there yet. Just hold on. Let's see. It's been a little wonky today, but I did cross-post. I don't know why. That's just weird. Taking a break from work. Oh, I tell you what, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I have got to get busy cutting some kits out here in just a minute. Well, for some reason, it's not show me that I'm on her page yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Facebook's just being wonky right now. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Sandy. Hey, Clara. How are you doing? Hey, Amanda. Got home from town. I was going to run today and get some more fabric for my quilts, but I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow because I want Jeff to kind of go with me so we can kind of figure out what we're going to do with the boys. Okay, let me see if I'm over there yet. If I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just share it over there later. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I picked up this bottle the other day at Savers, and it has this on it, and I could not get this off. I have soaked this bottle in vinegar, distilled vinegar. I have put 100% or 99% alcohol on it. I've put acetate fingernail polish on it. And it's not, I mean, I could sand off some of it, but that was about all that I can do. But I'm going to go ahead and use it. We're going to fix it. And I am going to take, she has some really pretty rice paper. And she has a lot of downloads too if you've got a printer. I just use an inkjet printer, spray it with a little hairspray. You can spray it with a sealer, a matte sealer, and they're good. You can use them. But I took my little water pen and I took out this church right here. And it has 4 other beautiful churches on it. And I just love those churches. Oops, hey, Ruby. Let me see if I'm over there yet. Well, that's just the weirdest thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. So, hey, Michelle. Hey, Elaine. I am going to try to mimic that sky right there. It's a little bit, reminds me of that little foxy paint I used last night, and I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use the Morning Mist, and I have some Serenity, all from Plaster Paint. This color right here. I have a little bit of this left. We're going to use that. And here, you're going to think I have lost my ever-loving mind when I start doing this. You're going to think that does not look like that at all. But what I'm going to do first before I do anything else, I need to cover this up right here. Because you can see it through my rice paper. I think I'm going to just get a sponge. A little dauber here. Go Gone Cooking Oil was C. What was that? Let me just get over here to my page so I can see the comments because I can't see anything on her page. Hold on. I am so excited. I get to see Anna again from J&A Crafts this week. Hey, Melissa. Picking up your granddaughter. Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Janice. It is a little on the damp side here. It's not raining, but it's a little cool. But I can at least wear a short sleeve shirt. Hey, Jennifer. I'm just going to kind of tap over this right here. Actually, I'm going to tap the whole thing. We're going to put this on the whole thing because I don't want this green to show. And I really wanted to make sure that didn't show right there, and it's not showing. So that's good. Oh, Goo Gone. I tried Goo Gone. It didn't work. It's, I even sanded it with a heavy grit sandpaper, and it just removed a little bit of that gold, and that was about it. Hey, Carol Lynn. Hey, Charlotte from Pryor. Pryor's just up the road. I've already done my bottom. So we're going to go ahead and tap this on, but I don't see it at all. I even use Crud Cutter, which I use that on my laser bed, and it gets off all of that charred stuff that the laser leaves behind from the wood, like all that glue, and it takes it off really good, but it just didn't take this off. And I've got another bottle that I got about 80% off, and that's about as good as it's going to get to. But we're going to go ahead and tap this on, and we're going to dry it. I'm just tapping it so I have a little bit of a texture here. I don't know why that it didn't put me over there because I did cross post. Well, hey, Sherry, how are you doing? Janet from Tyler, Texas. Okay, I'm making sure I get my edge down there. It's got a little bit of a dip right here. Hey, Edith. We're just going to tap on this drop cloth because I'm going to just use it as a base coat. And we're going to just start adding, and you're going to think I've lost my mind when I start doing what I'm going to do to this bottle, but it's going to turn out really pretty. I am going to put that piece of rice paper on before I start. There's a little glue bugger. I hate those little things. Sometimes they just pop up. Not where it came from. Hey, Carol Ann, are you getting ready to fly out tomorrow? Is it tomorrow or Wednesday? Wednesday. Jeff, yeah, I've been telling him for months, and I mean months, to get his real ID. And then we went looking for his birth certificate, and I don't remember why we even had it, but they gave us a little short form that just looked like it was certified, but it was just a little tiny piece of paper. Well, we couldn't find it, and we don't know when's the last time we even saw it, really. I mean, I can't remember why, but I remember we got a copy of it years ago. And the other day I told him when I worked for the school, I used a company called VitaCheck, something like that. And we could get it, and we'd have it, pretty quick. But I said, it's going to be if we get it by the time you need to go. So, you may not get to go to Maine. I mean, you could go, but it's going to take a lot. I mean, even though we have a military ID, we both have a military ID. He has his VA, federal ID, stuff like that. And we were kind of prepared for him to have to do that, have to sit at the airport for a little while before they clear him through, the TSA. But his appointment, his time to leave at 6 o'clock that morning. And I said, you're going to have to get over there because I'm not getting up and driving you at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you're just going to have to leave your truck there. I don't need your truck. You can leave your truck there. So we ordered it, and we ordered 3 copies. And they said it would be here like November 24th. And he's leaving like November the 6th. And I'll be darned if the other day they didn't come in. I was out here in the building and I heard something. Like somebody just flew into our lane here, and I could hear them. They were loud. and I was getting ready to go out. It was just dusky dark. And FedEx Air dropped off a package. I didn't think nothing of it. The package was wet because it was raining. And inside of there was 3 certified copies, long versions of his birth certificate. So today he went to get his ID, and you can't, I tried to tell him you can't get your ID. You get a piece of paper and then they ship it to you. You might get it by next week and you may not. Well, he didn't believe me. So he called, and we have one place in Jinx where you can like go change your name at the tag agent. It's a bigger tag agent. He thought maybe he could get it printed there. But he called. And did you know that all real IDs, no matter what state you're in, they are printed out in Georgia? So he's going to have to take a paper copy, and he might get his real copy. I don't know. We'll see. But I got mine when we started traveling to see Haley. I wasn't taking a chance of not getting to go. And now you have to have it. Let me go see if hey, Andrea. Let me see if I am on your page yet. If I'm on Reba's page yet. Sometimes it just takes a while. Because I did cross-post it, and it's just weird. Sometimes it just does that. I'm still not over there. Let me just share my video over there. Sometimes it just... Let's see, can I share it to her page? I think it's a page. It is not letting me share it. That is crazy. No, it's not about the passport. You have to have your... Well, you can use a passport. But you have to have a real ID now. But they print those all in Georgia. Well, hey, Lisa. I probably should have dried this as I was going up. You got yours? Yeah, I got mine. Oklahoma was really lax on making us get them. And so now I've had it for 2 years now. Because you're not going to catch this mama not getting to go see her little girl. And I say she's a little girl. Yep, I remember Justin couldn't fly out because he didn't have a real ID too. He had to drive. Yep, a real ID. It looks just like your driver's license, and at the top of it, it says real ID. Because the one we had, Andrea, at the top, it said, do not use for a real ID. Andrea, you got to take your birth certificate up to the tag agent in town, and you'll need a piece of your mail, and it can't be like junk mail. It's got to be like a electrical, something that's in your name. And you go up there, and they will Natalie, hopefully they'll get it opened up soon. Janie, we are doing a bottle with a cute little piece of rice paper from Reba Rose. On Mondays at 1, I do a rice paper every week. But go to the DMV and talk to Winnie up there, and she can help you. But you have to have your birth certificate, and you need a pair. They will take your Cherokee ID, but you still have problems. And Jeff's not Indian. He is a white boy. And I mean that nicely. Because I'm more English than I am Cherokee, but I do have a Cherokee ID. My dad's family, well, let me back up there. My dad, my great-granddad was a full-blood Indian, and it trickled down. Yeah, you'll have to pay $20, $25, I think. Yeah, and if you've been remarried, you got to take all of your marriage license and divorce decrees. Where did I get? I got it at a little place called Savers. I want to make sure this is good and dry before I start doing the other stuff to it, because this is going to have a lot on it. Oh, I touched that again. But it's a cute little bottle. And I like that dauber kind of gave me a little bit of a texture. You're not Cherokee, then you probably need to go get it if you plan on flying anywhere. And they'll give you a paper copy of it to hold you over. Well, hey, Pam from Mississippi. I'm going to have one of the admins share my video over rainy Georgia. Well, it's damp Oklahoma. The ground's still wet. Touch that bottom there. Hey, Tina. Are we putting a transfer on it? No, this is from Reba Rose. I have an affiliate with her too, and she has some really cute rice paper. Yep, it's the law now. You have to have it to fly. You're right, Michelle. I don't have my heat on very hot because I don't want my paint to bubble. Rainy South Carolina. Yeah, but if you're going to travel, you need to have it. Driving your sister to the doctor. Hey, Rita. I bet it was easier to get that. I need to go ahead and get my passport. Okay, I think this is dry. Rain in Kansas City. Tell you what, we need the rain, but it sure makes my arthritis ache. And I have a lot of arthritis from having so many surgeries. Oh, let's see. Let's put this where it doesn't fall off. So many surgeries on my elbows and my shoulders and my knee. Believe me, I'm a walking... how do I want to say this? I've had like 14 surgeries on my shoulders, my knees, my elbows, my hands. And I had a really good doctor who put them all back together. All from dislocating my shoulder 30 years ago. And then falling down the stairs and re-injuring it. Okay, let me get all this off. You do? I wonder if you have to get that updated, Andrea. Your picture at least. Oh, yeah. Fall rain. Jeff's been aching, too. I'm trying to get all this paint off me so I don't transfer it onto my paper here. Let's leave that one out. Okay. I can't even see where that place is. So I'm just going to pick a spot. We're going to decoupage this on. I'm going to do the same thing that I did that other thing the other day. And I thought I got some new decoupage medium. Let me look. I bet I didn't bring it over. That is varnish. We're just going to have to use good old Mod Podge. I just bought some new. And I don't see it. I guess I didn't bring it out here. That's all right. We'll use Mod Podge. I have been taking, now Jeff takes gabapentin for his neuropathy, and I can't take gabapentin. I take that Move, and that's helped on my knee. And I have to be careful because I'm looking at a knee replacement, And I'm trying to hold off on that thing. I'm going to talk to Anna this week and see how she did with hers. You wear a knee brace? Yeah, I'm same here. I've got what they call tricompartmentalized arthritis in my right knee, which that's the only one I've had surgery on twice. I haven't had surgery on the other one, thank goodness. And some days it just really hurts. But that Move On has really helped with some of the joint pain. Making sure I don't have any bubbles in that. I'm going to just rub it out from the middle. And I'm not going to iron it because I've got it on the side of this bottle. And I did have to take some of it off. It was just a hair long. Hey, Michelle. We haven't been on that long, Michelle. Maybe 20 minutes. But I still don't know why it didn't share me. Or didn't cross post. Yeah, mine is going to be a wait and see. I'm just going to have to, I'd like to wait at least a year. At least a year. I used to think that knee replacements for old people, but I'm an old person. Oh, I remember that, Nita. I've had carpal tunnel surgery. I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of Mod Podge on this. I have what they call psoriatic arthritis because I've had psoriasis since I was 10, Emma's age. But I don't have it as severe as some people. The lesions. Thank goodness. Right, Michelle? I'll be 63 Thanksgiving. 63. Okay, I'm going to give it just a good coat. I'm just going to try to get all those little hairs down. Gosh, that is such a beautiful old church. Country church. Put my thing there. I have got my water over here, and I've been keeping a little bit of Murphy's Oil soap in it to kind of help keep my brushes clean. My real stubborn brushes are right here in a full strength, and they are soft again. I'll have to rinse those off. Whoops. I know, Sherry. You know, my brother was 50 years old and had to have a hip replacement. And he had to fight to get it because they said, you're 50 years old, you don't need a hip replacement. But he did. He had a very old hip. He played baseball for years. He was the hind catcher, down on your knees. He rode bulls. He had some bad hips. And they finally did a MRI on him. And his doctor was like, you need a hip replacement. After he fought for 3 years. And he finally got his hip replacement, and then he died of COVID 2 years later. Which really, I hated that because he was getting around so good and felt so good. Lisa, don't wait on your carpal tunnel because if the longer you wait, you may not get back some of your mobility. Because it's hard. You have to, if you cannot touch your fingers, you really need to go get it done because you will get to where you can't grip. Okay, now you guys are going to think I've lost my mind. Here's what I've been doing. I did it on the bottom to see if I would like it, and I do. I'm taking that Foxy, and we're just going to start tapping color. And I didn't want to use one of the sponges little daubers because I didn't really want a round circle. And I'm just raking it where it's almost dry. And I'm just tapping on some color. And I'm leaving a lot of different light places in there. Let me kind of go up to my rice paper. That'll kind of help blend that in. I see some new names here. Guys, if you have not gone over to look at Reba's papers, I would suggest you do so because I am going to make some coasters for my daughters. And so I'm getting ready to order some of her paper just for that. Oh, good. Good. Yeah, I completely understand. I typed all those years and finally, I didn't have no choice but to do it because I couldn't lift anything with my one hand. I only had it on one hand. Kind of get a little bit down here around that end. Whoops. Okay. Now, I'm going to wipe my hands off. And we're going to dry this because I don't want it to look muddy. Yeah, get it and get it done. And honestly and truly, the surgery is not bad. It's the stitches. And once you get those stitches out of the palm of your hand, you will be surprised how much those stitches tighten that up and make it sore and hurt. But once those stitches are out, it's easy. So easy. Well, hey, Elsie from Greenfield, Indiana. Okay, that's pretty dry. It doesn't take long for that to dry. Now, I accidentally got some on my brush here. I'm taking this lighter blue and this darker blue, and I have some darker blue. I'm putting it in the bottom. Then I'm taking that lighter blue, and I'm just kind of like pouncing those together. And we'll pounce it off. And then I'm just lightly kind of going over those open places. And if you get too much, you can always go back over it with some of that champagne color. Because right now it looks pretty bright. Right there. And I'm just tapping it. I'm going right up to that picture or that rice paper. And I'm just kind of tapping my brush. You get a little bit more of that dark. Having blood work count to have scans. Who was that? Oh, goodness. We'll keep you in our prayers, Lisa. It's a little bit more of that, oops, I got way too much dark. I'm just going to tap it off on my mat here. That's one good thing about these mats. You can use that to tap your paint off. Okay, got that. We're going to dry this real quick. Nita, it's just a bottle I got from Savers. And it just had like some Japanese writing on the side of it. And down at the bottom, it says, do not reuse. Well, what it means, do not reuse. It must have some kind of liquid in it. And I got a wasp. Where did that wasp come from? And he's a red wasp. Hopefully he doesn't go under my table and bite me. Oh, you're welcome. Vicki, when I got this bottle, I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. I don't know where that wasp went. I hit him with my heat tool, so. If I get stung, you might see me cry. Okay. Get that tip out of my way. I'm going to come back with some of that this color right here. And we're going to kind of tone down some of that blue and just kind of go on top of it. And I don't want to see any of that drop cloth. Tone down that darker blue. And it's going to kind of look like that right there when we're done. There on the bottom. I keep looking for that. That wasp. It's too cold for wasp. But when they came and mowed the other day, he came up and I think he found a nest and he stirred it up. Because I've seen a couple since then. But it's too cold for wasp. Okay, we need to tone down this side right here. It does, doesn't it? It does kind of match my shirt. Whoops. I got way too much right there. And if you get too much, just go back over it with a little bit more blue. And just kind of get it how you like it. Making sure I get all that drop cloth off of here. Okay, now let's kind of go up here on top. We just kind of blended in our little church. I just want a little bit of that blue around it. Yeah, trying to find somewhere warm. You're right. Well, it's a little warm in here, but it's actually my building's a little bit cool. A little bit cool today. Okay, I'm kind of putting that in the lid. And you can see I just kind of want a little bit of that blue kind of peeking out. I kind of got heavy-handed in some places with that blue. I'll just have to be careful now when I get on that side and start moving some stuff around. Okay, let me kind of look at my blues here. Oh, there's a bunch of blue right there. Because I just want a little bit of that blue popping out. Let's dry that and see what it looks like. We may, pretty close. We need to do the top too. Hey, Sharon Rich. Hey, Cindy. I loved your little shutter wreath project. That was really pretty. That was really pretty. Oh goodness, I know, Nita. I have got 5 grandkids, so I have 5 quilts. Plus I need to quilt Haley's 2 quilts that she made for the girls and give them ready for Christmas. She asked me if I would finish them for her. And then I've got 3 quilts for the girls. About, the top is about 60% finished. Oh, thank you, Nita. Okay, let me give you guys a close-up real quick. This is what it looks like. I just kind of blended that sky in that blue and then that foxy kind of a champagne color. And we're going to go ahead and do, while I've got this paint out, I did put some bonding boss on this, the clear. I really like the clear. And I shouldn't have put my drop cloth up. We're going to need it. Okay, let's go ahead and just tap this on. This had a little washer that goes underneath it, and it's just plastic and it cracked. I probably don't even need it. Because I'm probably just going to hot glue this on. Maybe. Let's just go ahead and paint this with this. And to me, this is probably the, I don't know, a dark celery green maybe on this. Maybe avocado green. I just know I don't like it. Like I've said before, I grew up in an avocado green home growing up, and it's just not my thing. My poor dad, he just let my mom have it too. She wanted avocado. We had avocado. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Hey, Sheila. I think I'm going to bring this as one of the door prizes. Oh, wow. I have one of my friends I grew up with. She has a quilting machine, and then our fabric store in town, they quilt machines if you want them to. But I bought a walking foot the other day that I think I'm going to try it on, a couple scraps before I try something that big. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this one right here. Let's go ahead and start putting some gold down here on it. 70s orange. Jeff's was too. It's what he grew up with. Because when I met him, his mom and dad still lived in their old house. That actually wasn't an old house because they bought it when he was 16, I think. And it had that burnt orange in there. Because I remember when my brother married Jeff's sister, He remodeled the bathroom and got out the Harvest Gold color they had in the bathroom. Yeah, I just, it's not my thing. Okay, we're going to dry this real quick. Hey, Amanda. Okay, now let's come with that blues. I'm going to kind of go a little bit darker on this one. We'll kind of get down here with some of that blue. Cover up all of that drop cloth. And then we're going to come back with some more of that gold or champagne color. And tone it down a little bit. I have a piece of Totally Dazzled that I got from Beth. It was in our swag bag. I'm kind of deadening that blue a little bit. But it's the wrong color. It's a really pretty rose gold. And I don't like, I mean, I love rose gold, but I don't want it for this. And so while those pieces right there are drying, and I'm going to move this stuff back. Oh, it was. My mom and dad built the house in 70. See, Philip was born 68, 72, 71, 72. And that's what it had. That's when it was really popular. Now I do like English ivy green, and I do like the darker emerald greens and stuff like that, but I don't like the lighter greens. Okay, let's get all this mess out of the way here. Here is that Totally Dazzled piece. It's just a little pin right here. And I went in and I was looking at my rub and buff, and I found one that's kind of close. So I'm going to get my little brush here that I use for different things, and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to just put some of that on here and kind of darken this color so that it matches a little bit better to our paint there. Just use my finger. I'm just kind of going over the top of it. And so we changed that color quite a bit. And I even kind of went over that little pearl. And I can kind of wipe that off. But I want to get that little ring. And you can see, here's the back of it. There's the back color. And then here is the front color, and we've toned it down a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more. This stuff's hard to get off your fingers, too. And there's what it looks like now. I toned it down quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh, thank you, Edith. Well, let me just put this up in my stash here because I don't want to lose these. When we went to Canton a couple of years ago, I bought 2 wedding dresses and I've deconstructed them. And I tore off some of the stuff. Here it is. I tore off some of the lining. This is a little lighter. It's a little whiter. I don't mind it too much. I may wax it just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to take all of it. I'm going to just take a couple long pieces. And if you, this is just like that satin lining. And it does have a lot of hairs on it, but if you rub it a couple times, you'll eventually get enough of it off where it'll quit doing that. Let's take our antique wax. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush because I don't want it to be heavy. And we're just going to dirty this up just a little bit. That's not a good brush. Here's a better brush. Get this. There. That looks better. Let's just kind of darken it a little bit, almost if we'd coffee stained it. This doesn't take coffee too well because it's a satin poly. And those don't stain too well. Or at least I haven't got them to stain too well. Let's just kind of put a little bit on here so they're not white. And I'm doing both sides of them. And wherever there's a wrinkle, it's kind of giving this fabric here kind of a little bit of a crinkle look. And there we go. Got both sides of them. Just kind of dingied up a little bit. Just a little bit. Did I see Betty on here? Okay, got our little knob. Put our knob on there. Let's tie that in a knot. I may not even need that totally dazzled. That may stay pretty good right there. Let's take our scissors. And I'm just going to cut these at different lengths. They don't have to be the same. Whoops. We may have to put a little bit of glue here to keep this on. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right down here. I may have to cut me a piece of wood or find a bigger that's got to go all the way out. Okay. There we go. Because because that piece here, it's broke. It's just a little tiny O-ring, and I could probably go buy one that big. Okay, let's see if this is gonna look okay. Yeah, we're just gonna put this right here. I'm gonna put those pieces there together, or somewhat together. Let's just tighten the knot. Let me tie it with the thing going down so I don't have to see that latch. What do you think? Yes or no? You like the little button on it? I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right there to hold that down. Let's make that a little tighter. There we go. Now it's working. What do you think? You like this, guys? I think it turned out pretty cute. Yeah, it does make it a nice height. It's a pretty good size knob on here. It kind of reminds me of like those old Persian buildings they used to have where they had the big top, weird looking houses. Oh, that's okay, Wanda. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cute. And this is still loose enough. I could loose it up and move it around if I need to, because I don't want it to cover up my church so much. Just like that. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I think it turned out pretty cute. I do like it. I do like it. I'll take this off so that I can spray it with the sealer. Hey, Sherry Drew. Thank you, Sharon. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here, run in and grab me some lunch and come back out and start cutting out some orders. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Wanda. Guys, have a great evening, and I will see you guys all afternoon, and I will see you guys all later. Goodbye, everybody.